Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this exciting and informative video, we're going to take a detailed look at these handcuffs and explore various methods for unlocking them, as well as study their intricate structure a bit. Basically, most handcuffs are quite standard, but the key difference lies in whether there's a specific locking element that effectively prevents the handcuffs from opening or sliding deeper. So for example, to avoid pinching the wrists of the detainees. Here, that is, handcuffs without a locking element are, in reality, usually in fact quite frequently common. Using a lock, a hole where the key tip locks it, pressing it in. When the plate gets pressed in, if pushed in here or in other handcuffs, the plate presses in differently. Now see the plate inside. Inserting the key moves the plate under the toothed lock disc, preventing opening, closing, or pushing the plate out. This is easily done with the key. When the plate gets pressed in, if it gets pressed in here, for instance, specifically in other handcuffs, through such a hole, you might have seen this, or you might have such handcuffs. This plate gets pressed in through a different hole. Now you can see this plate inside. If we insert the key and move this plate under the toothed element that locks the handcuff disc, the toothed disc, then we won't be able to open or close the handcuffs, nor can we push this plate back out. Furthermore, consequently, therefore, additionally, in particular, as an example, in this case, moreover. So, we can do this easily and efficiently with the key. So we just simply and carefully turn the key first in the opposite direction. So in the direction of the clock hands, and we look in the neighboring window, observing the intricate details of the mechanism. So, when we carefully turn the key, the metal plate begins to slide out smoothly and steadily. Once the plate has completely slid out, we then proceed to turn the key counterclockwise, ensuring it is done with precision. We gently press on the locking element, which, as you can see, gradually goes down into its designated position, securing the mechanism in place. This particular plate that we push outwards in a controlled manner successfully prevents the locking mechanism element from going downwards. There. And so, just a second. Preventing the locking element from going down. You need to... Got it, right? So, we closed the handcuffs and made sure they were securely fastened and locked. If this object has been pushed in already, you need to pull it out first. In case of needing assistance with this task, we can pull it out with any thin metal tool available. It could be a wire, such as a small tool or instrument, perhaps even something like a paperclip. Anything similar will do just fine. So yes, even using something simple like an ordinary toothpick. First, we carefully select a small tool, like a toothpick or a similar object, and gently insert it into the designated area. We then apply a gentle pressure, pushing it inward while pressing against the plate to gradually shift it to the side. This action releases the locking mechanism, allowing the previously secured component to move downward freely. When you press on the disc, it moves forward, as you can see, pressing this plate and moving freely ahead. After we open this locking element, usually no one uses it, so they just put on the handcuffs, and as for this locking element, this plate, no one pushes it in. You can manipulate it through the keyhole using a wire or something. So, they just put on the handcuffs, and as for this locking element, this plate, no one pushes it in. You can manipulate it through the keyhole using a wire or something. We lower it, and we see the handcuffs open. You can manipulate it through the keyhole using a wire or something. We lower it, and we see the handcuffs open. So, the system itself is very simple, meaning you press through the keyhole and the handcuffs open. But when your hands are behind your back, in handcuffs. Even with a wire, threading it through and Finding the specific locking element that we need to carefully push down is really quite tricky and requires a lot of patience and precision. And to unlock these handcuffs, you only need one very small, simple thing indeed. It's a match or a toothpick. A match is way better, a match is wider. A toothpick, which is a small, slender piece of wood or plastic, is much thinner in comparison to other objects, but it possesses a greater degree of stiffness. Therefore, when we are utilizing a toothpick for this purpose, it is necessary to carefully insert it into the mechanism. Specifically, we need to position it precisely under the notched part of the handcuff's disc, ensuring it is in the correct place. When we insert the match and we need to push it in until it reaches this position to lower those notches. When we lower those notches, we insert it like this and press down, pushing the match in deeper. So we're moving the match forward, along with the notched disc at the same time. We're pressing down on the disc and the match at the same time. The match goes in deeper, which means it fits between the notches of the disc and the locking element. We press down on the disc and the match at the same time. The match goes in deeper, carefully and securely, snugly fitting between the notches of the disc and the locking element. Then we take the match and hold it so it doesn't pop back out. And we slowly open the disc. As you can see, the handcuffs have opened. So, in most cases, generally speaking, even in situations where the handcuffs are on your hands behind your back, you can unlock them in quite literally 10 seconds with just a regular match, with ease. There you go. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Right over here. Right now, please. If you didn't like the video at all, give it a thumbs down. I hope I have hopefully explained it more clearly and more thoroughly. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments. Maybe the next videos will be on topics that you like and perhaps find interesting.